So I did finish pure survival mode just now. Um, and I think I actually managed to get the 100% complete all through the playthrough. I did have to go back and pick up a couple things that I missed, either because optional missions weren't available because of a bug or some other weird crap that happened. But all in all, at the beginning, pure survival mode is really, really tight as far as the resources. I mean, you're really going to be hurting. But round about the time you land on the planet, you should not have any issues with resources whatsoever unless you are very wasteful in your reloads and your health packs. I don't suggest ever using the minor health packs. I suggest using the medium and not using the large until much later in the game, once your rig is fully upgraded health-wise. So I've been curious as to what the one-time deposit of mega resources is talking about. So the big thing is whether or not this carries over into other game modes. Surely it would continue over into just a generic New Game Plus because of the way it's designed. So overclocked parts and let's see, 41,000 scrap. You know, I don't really know what that means then, as far as the mega resources. Let's see. Mark II ammo support. Stasis coating. Okay, so everything's pretty much just basically what it is at the end of a new game. Like I said, I'm not really clear on what the effect is for the mega resources by the time you get to the end of the game anyway. But one thing that I am going to check is what happens resource-wise once you do a new game of some kind. So let's see, New Game Plus. Let's see. Yeah, I don't think I'm ballsy enough to do hardcore yet. Interestingly, it won't let me do a New Game Plus. But let's see what happens with Classic. Oh, interesting. One-time deposit gets made at the very, very beginning. Okay, so the first bench that you come into contact with in the game that you can actually use is this one right here once you get inside the Roanoke. So I did notice
and there's a
that
bench on the same circuit.
Bench?
With all the parts lying around here, I bet I can make a better weapon than this one.
at some point in time, probably when you put on the EVA suit, you get stupid. You get like I guess what the one-time bit of resources is. I'm assuming that it's 1,000 semiconductors, 350 tungsten, 800 somatic gels, and 450 transducers. I could be wrong. Also, somewhat interesting to note is that when you start off in your civvy clothes, you've only got 3 rows of inventory. You put on the EVA suit, you get 4. I'm assuming when you do your first suit upgrade, you get that last row. Anyway, so let's see. So apparently you can dismantle weapons and build from blueprints. And it does not seem to let me go over to the left from here to screw around. So I assume that translates into not being able to actually like mess with your weapons. So like those overclocked frames, yeah, you don't get any of that crap. Which means that the DLC kits are not going to be as useful as they are in normal playthroughs, because in my playthrough, while I found the materials to be nice to have, the thing that was really nice was the option to get the overclocked, the Mark V overclocked item bits. So these look basically like I can afford to buy any 1 or perhaps 2 items. I really do much prefer these weapons. I'm sorry, not this weapon. That aiming reticle. I think it interacts with the world far more pleasantly. Okay, that's not a weapon I'm ever going to want to screw with, so let's see, can I dismantle you? Apparently I can. Can I rebuild you? No, I can't. So those weapon pieces are gone forever. Let's see, progress and unlocks. Stuff to search for. Circuits. Always circuits, but never weapon parts. So so that's important to note. You can still build health packs and stuff like that. You can still sell all those dudes. And if I want to make pieces, I still can. So I guess that's interesting to note, that the unlocked weapon parts aren't so useful for this particular playthrough. Now, I am curious as to what the effect on my other games is going to be, having done hard mode. Pure survival mode complete. One-time deposit of resources. And this I just want to check out and see what happens when I go to the bench. Make sure the Mark II weapon parts are still available. Overclocked part set unlocked. Okay, that's good to know. And I'm assuming that the Mark II parts that got unlocked are all the other bits that I didn't get before, like the stasis coating that I didn't have before. If I had had it, then obviously I would have Mark II stasis coating here. So that's interesting to note.